There's a man who's sometimes known as danger. His underground seminar is a true life changer. If you have stuff to sell but aren't doing well, it might help to end your state of sorrow. Silver's agents can help you amass a fortune online and maybe fame.
Formulating the big idea or the big hook for your product, to me, I think this is pretty much everything that really makes something work. It's a lot easier when you got a big hook or an angle, some kind of, I call it a big idea or a hook. And you know, there's just too many Me Too things going on. And that's the big idea there, is there's so much, as my friend Marlon Sanders would say, there's so much friggin' competition. We heard a little chuckle back there from Marlon. So there's just so much competition, no matter what you're selling, pretty much no matter what marketplace you're in, there's just so much competition out there that in order to stand apart, you've got to have some kind of differentiation point. And with that one, you fade into the background. And like I said, there's too many Me Too products out there. Actually, a gentleman, I didn't get his name, he came up here right before I was talking and reminded me of an interesting one. He said, what do you think about pixel advertising? There you are. What is your name, sir? Gary. Gary asked me about pixel advertising. You know, the $1 million homepage and so on. A lot of you heard about that. The guy made $1 million by selling these little pixels to advertisers and so on. That was a cool, big idea. Nobody else had done that. And we're going to talk about one of the 5 big ways, and one of the 5 ways is being first. Now, every other person out there is doing some kind of pixel advertising site. You know, just there's no reason to be a Me Too product out there unless you bring something else to the marketplace, and that's what I want to talk to you guys about. Also, it's a shortcut for a buying decision because people's attention spans are very, very short now. So you got to be able to just tell them what your hooks are immediately so they can grasp it. And the next slide, we talk about thin slicing. There's a book, Malcolm Gladwell, Blink. Read that book. It's really cool because people make split-second decisions. It's not even it's not even that long, but you can walk up to someone and you already immediately have a feeling about them. You hear about a product, you immediately have a feeling about it. It's that quickly. He calls it thin slicing. And you know, it doesn't have to be new. There's really pretty much nothing new out there. There's really not much new, but there are ways of being creative and taking what worked here, what worked here, what worked here, turning it into something that's perceived as being new. And that's really important, is what the perception is of your customer, your prospect. Like I said, it's more about positioning and that immediate reaction. All right, so here's the 5 big ways to formulate your big idea. And once you have your big idea, the best part is it makes it so much easier to write copy. The copy almost writes itself. And I'll give you some case studies. So number 1 is give them the fish. I'll talk about each of these in detail. Make your promise specific. Go the opposite direction, complete opposite direction of where people are going. Move it to a new application, and being first. So let's talk about each one of them. Give them the fish. I like to say people are downright freaking lazy. Another Marlon Sandersism. And they are. So you want to cater to them. You've all heard the expression, teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime, give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. That is complete bullshit. That's probably the only time that I will cuss up here, but it's just complete bull. It really is. People want the fish. You know, why does instant oatmeal work? Because 10 minutes to cook your oatmeal is way too long. Instant, everyone wants instant. Instant's a great word, by the way. And I'll talk about instant sales letters. And anything that you can make instant or give them, think about what is ultimately what they want. And how can we get closer to it? So you can ask yourself the question, what is the absolute end benefit that my customer or prospect is looking for? And how can I literally hand it to them on a silver platter as much as I can? Essentially, be like the mama bird and eat up the food for the baby bird and then kind of regurgitate it back into its mouth. Nice example for you guys to think about. I want you guys to be mama birds.